Welcome back to Story Light, your ultimate travel channel where we take you on incredible adventures around the globe. In today's video, we are exploring the land of the rising sun, Japan. From futuristic cities to serene temples, vibrant food markets to picturesque countryside, Japan in 2025 has even more to offer. So, grab your travel journal, because this trip will inspire your next journey. Let's dive into this unforgettable adventure. Landing in Tokyo, the heart of modern Japan, our journey begins in Tokyo, the bustling capital that never ceases to amaze. As soon as I landed at Narita International Airport, I felt the electrifying energy of this futuristic city. My first stop was the iconic Shibuya crossing, where the chaos of neon lights, hundreds of pedestrians, and towering skyscrapers creates an unforgettable experience. Walking through the streets of Harajuku, I marveled at the quirky fashion stores, themed cafes, and vibrant culture that make this neighborhood a hotspot for creativity. A taste of tradition, Kyoto's timeless beauty. After soaking in the fast-paced life of Tokyo, I took the Shinkansen bullet train to Kyoto, a city that perfectly blends history and tradition. Kyoto's Fushimi Inari Shrine left me in awe with its thousands of vermilion torii gates winding up the hillside. The tranquil Kinkakuji Temple, also known as the Golden Pavilion, glimmered under the sunlight, surrounded by serene gardens. And no trip to Kyoto is complete without strolling through the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove, where the towering bamboo creates a magical, otherworldly ambience. Osaka, a food lover's paradise. Next up, I headed to Osaka, the culinary capital of Japan. The bustling streets of Dotonbori are a food lover's dream. From sizzling takoyaki, octopus balls, to fluffy okonomiyaki, Japanese savory pancakes, every bite was a flavor explosion. I couldn't resist trying the famous kushikatsu, skewered and deep-fried delicacies that are must-try when in Osaka. The friendly vibe of the city and its vibrant nightlife make it a favorite for many travelers. A journey to nature, Mount Fuji and beyond. No trip to Japan would be complete without seeing Mount Fuji, Japan's most iconic landmark. I took a scenic train ride to Hakone, where I enjoyed breathtaking views of the majestic mountain. Whether you're hiking the trails or taking a cruise on Lake Ashi, the serene beauty of this area is truly unmatched. For those looking for a bit of relaxation, the hot springs or onsen in Hakone are a perfect way to unwind while soaking in the natural beauty. Exploring Hokkaido, a winter wonderland. For something completely different, I ventured to Hokkaido, Japan's northernmost island. Known for its snowy landscapes, Hokkaido in 2025 is a paradise for winter sports enthusiasts. I spent a day skiing in Niseko, one of the world's best ski resorts, and warmed up afterward with a bowl of Hokkaido's famous miso ramen. I also visited the enchanting Otaru Canal, lined with old-fashioned gas lamps that create a romantic atmosphere, especially at night. The future awaits, cutting-edge technology in Japan. One of the most exciting things about Japan in 2025 is its advancements in technology. During my visit to Odaiba, a man-made island in Tokyo Bay, I explored futuristic attractions like the Team Lab Borderless Museum, a mind-blowing digital art experience. I also got a glimpse of Japan's latest robotics at the Miraikan Museum, showcasing innovations that feel straight out of a sci-fi movie. The blending of traditional culture and high-tech innovation is something truly unique to Japan. Japan's hidden gems, discovering local treasures. Apart from the well-known spots, I made it a point to explore Japan's lesser-known gems. In Kanazawa, I wandered through the beautifully preserved Higashichaya district, where I sipped matcha in a traditional tea house. I also visited the Iya Valley in Shikoku, known for its breathtaking palm bridges and remote villages nestled in the mountains. These off-the-beaten-path locations offer a more intimate look into Japan's culture and natural beauty. Festivals and celebrations, experiencing Japan's spirit. My timing couldn't have been better, as I had the chance to experience the Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, one of Japan's most famous festivals. The colorful floats, traditional music, and energetic parades brought the streets to life. In Tokyo, I witnessed the dazzling Sumide River Fireworks Festival, a spectacle that lights up the summer sky and fills the air with excitement. Japan's festivals are a true celebration of its rich heritage and community spirit. For a change of pace, I took a flight to the Okinawa Islands, often referred to as Japan's tropical paradise. The turquoise waters and pristine white sand beaches were breathtaking. I explored the vibrant coral reefs while snorkeling near Ishigaki Island and marveled at the rich marine life. The laid-back island lifestyle, coupled with Okinawa's unique Ukiyo-an culture, offered a refreshing perspective on Japan. I couldn't leave without trying their signature Okinawa soba, a comforting bowl of noodles with tender pork and flavorful broth. The art of Japanese hospitality, staying in a ryokan. One of the highlights of my trip was staying in a traditional Japanese inn, known as a ryokan, in the town of Hakone. The experience was nothing short of magical. From the moment I arrived, I was greeted with warm smiles and impeccable service. I slipped into a cozy yukata, casual kimono, and enjoyed a multi-course kaseki meal, a true feast for both the eyes and palate. Later, I relaxed in a private onsen, hot spring, overlooking the mountains, a moment of pure tranquility. Seasonal delights, Japan through the seasons. Japan offers a different charm in every season, and my visit in 2025 was perfectly timed to witness the cherry blossom season. In Kyoto's Maruyama Park, I was surrounded by clouds of pink and white blossoms, a sight that's as romantic as it is serene. In autumn, places like Nikko and Kamakura transform into a canvas of fiery reds and oranges, while winter brings snow-covered landscapes that are perfect for skiing or simply marveling at the beauty of nature. The Samurai Legacy, exploring Japan's history. Japan's rich history is best experienced by visiting its historic sites. I ventured to Himeji Castle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a stunning example of Japanese feudal architecture. In Kanazawa, the Ninja Temple offered a fascinating glimpse into Japan's samurai past with its secret rooms and hidden passageways. The city of Nara, with its ancient temples and freely roaming deer, felt like stepping back in time. These moments deepened my appreciation for Japan's cultural and historical legacy. Shopping and souvenirs. Bringing Japan home. Shopping in Japan is an experience in itself. From high-tech gadgets in Akihabara to handcrafted ceramics in Kyoto, there's something for everyone. I visited Nakamai Street near Sensoji Temple in Tokyo to pick up traditional souvenirs like fans and kimonos. For food lovers, Tokyo Station's character-themed snacks and Kit Kat flavors unique to Japan are must-buys. Don't forget to explore Japan's incredible department stores like Isetan or Takashime, where you'll find everything from high-end fashion to exquisite desserts. Japan's nightlife, a blend of tradition and modernity. Japan's nightlife is as diverse as its culture. In Tokyo, I experienced the vibrant clubbing scene in Roppongi and the unique ambience of Golden Gai, where tiny bars, each with its own theme, offer an intimate setting for drinks and conversations. For a more traditional evening, I attended a kabuki performance, a form of classical Japanese theater, in Ginza. The colorful costumes, dramatic makeup, and storytelling were captivating. Whether you are into live music, themed cafes, or cultural shows, Japan's nightlife caters to everyone. The spirit of innovation, eco-friendly travel in Japan. One thing that truly impressed me about Japan is its commitment to sustainability. I stayed at an eco-friendly hotel in Tokyo that uses renewable energy and provides biodegradable amenities. Japan's efforts to reduce plastic waste are evident in their convenience stores, which now offer sustainable packaging. Traveling on the Shinkansen, known for its efficiency and minimal environmental impact, further emphasized the country's forward-thinking approach to green travel. Connecting with the locals, the true heart of Japan, what made this journey truly special were the people I met along the way. From the elderly couple who shared their love for tea ceremonies in Kyoto to the friendly chef in Osaka who taught me how to make okonomiyaki, every interaction added a personal touch to the trip. Japanese hospitality, or omotenashi, goes beyond politeness. It's a genuine desire to make every visitor feel welcome. These connections remind me that travel is not just about places, but the people who bring them to life. One of the most tranquil experiences in Japan was visiting its meticulously designed Zen gardens. In Kyoto, I spent hours admiring the famous Ryoanji Temple's rock garden, a masterpiece of simplicity and serenity. The perfectly raked gravel patterns around strategically placed rocks invited moments of quiet reflection. Similarly, the Kenrokuan Garden in Kanazawa, one of Japan's three great gardens, offered a harmonious blend of water features, winding pathways, and seasonal blooms. These gardens truly embody the Japanese philosophy of finding beauty in nature and simplicity. The unseen Japan, hidden gems and off-the-beaten-path adventures. While the iconic spots are incredible, some of my favorite memories came from exploring Japan's hidden treasures. In Shikoku, I stumbled upon the Iya Valley, known for its vine bridges and misty mountains that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. In the Japanese Alps, the quaint village of Shirakawa-go, with its Gasho-zukuri farmhouses, felt like stepping into another era. I also visited the Tottori sand dunes, a vast and surreal desert-like landscape, and even tried sandboarding there, something I never imagined doing in Japan. Japan's cultural festivals, a celebration of life and seasons. Timing your trip around Japan's festivals is a magical way to immerse yourself in its culture. I was lucky enough to witness the Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, with its elaborate floats and traditional music filling the streets. In winter, the Sapporo Snow Festival turned the city into a wonderland of ice sculptures and illuminations. For a more local vibe, the Nebuta Matsuri in Aomori was unforgettable. The vibrant lantern floats and energetic drumming left me in awe. Each festival celebrates Japan's deep-rooted traditions, offering a glimpse into its joyful spirit. Culinary adventures, beyond sushi and ramen, Japan is a paradise for food lovers, and every meal was an adventure. In Hiroshima, I tried their version of okonomiyaki, layered with noodles and seafood. In Fukuoka, the street food stalls, or yate, served up the best tonkotsu ramen I've ever tasted. A visit to Tsukiji Outer Market in Tokyo was a feast for the senses, where I indulged in freshly grilled scallops and uni sushi. Don't miss trying Hida beef in Takayama or a hearty bowl of Kiritempo hot pot in Akita. Japan's culinary diversity is as rich as its culture. Exploring Japan by bicycle, a different perspective. Japan is incredibly cyclist-friendly, and exploring by bike gave me a unique perspective. One of the most memorable rides was along the Shimanami Kaido, a scenic cycling route that spans multiple islands in the Seto Inland Sea. The breathtaking views of the ocean, dotted with tiny islands and connected by majestic bridges, were worth every pedal. For a quieter ride, the Kibi Plain near Okayama offered a serene journey through rice fields, ancient temples, and picturesque rural landscapes. Nighttime adventures, Japan after dark. While daytime Japan is fascinating, its nighttime charm is equally mesmerizing. Wandering through the illuminated streets of Omoide Yokocho in Shinjuku, Tokyo, I savored grilled yakitori in one of its tiny, atmospheric eateries. In Osaka, the Dotonbori district came alive with neon lights and lively crowds, making it the perfect spot for street food and people watching. On a quieter night, I visited Mount Moiwa in Sapporo, where the panoramic night view of the city lights twinkling like stars was nothing short of magical. Japan's traditional crafts, preserving heritage. One of the highlights of my trip was learning about Japan's traditional craftsmanship. In Kanazawa, I visited workshops where artisans created intricate gold leaf designs. In Kyoto, I watched a master potter shape a tea bowl using techniques passed down through generations. In Matsumoto, I admired the art of temari, brightly colored hand-embroidered balls. These crafts are a testament to Japan's dedication to preserving its heritage while continuing to innovate. One of the most memorable aspects of my Japan trip was staying in traditional accommodations. Spending a night at a ryokan, or a Japanese inn, was an experience in itself. From sleeping on a futon laid out on tatami mats to enjoying a multi-course kaseki meal, every detail was infused with cultural authenticity. In Gifu Prefecture, I stayed in a charming Gasho-zukuri farmhouse in Shirakawa-go, where the rustic ambience and the warmth of a hearth felt like a step back in time. And if you're looking for something quirky, Japan has plenty to offer, including capsule hotels, where I experienced futuristic, minimalist living for a night. The art of Japanese tea, a cultural ritual, participating in a traditional Japanese tea ceremony was one of the most peaceful and enlightening experiences of my journey. Hosted by a tea master in Kyoto, the ceremony emphasized mindfulness and respect in every step, from whisking the matcha to the graceful hand movements. Each sip of tea connected me to centuries of Japanese tradition, and the setting, a serene tea room overlooking a Zen garden, made it even more special. The island life, exploring Japan's coastal gems, Japan's islands offer an entirely different side of the country. On Naoshima, often called the Art Island, I discovered striking modern art installations scattered across its scenic landscapes. Over in Okinawa, the turquoise waters and white sandy beaches of Ishigaki and Miyako Islands were tropical paradise. Snorkeling among vibrant coral reefs and indulging in Okinawan delicacies like koi champion made these islands unforgettable. Japan's island culture is a blend of natural beauty, unique traditions, and unmatched hospitality. Seasonal highlights, experiencing Japan all year round. No matter when you visit Japan, there's always something special to experience. In spring, I was awestruck by the cherry blossoms, or sakura, blanketing parks and streets in pastel pink. Summer brought lively festivals and colorful fireworks, while autumn turned the landscapes into a kaleidoscope of red and orange hues. Winter in Japan felt magical, with snow-covered temples, steaming onsens, and festive illuminations lighting up the streets. Each season offers its own charm, making Japan a year-round destination. Shopping in Japan, a blend of modern and traditional, shopping in Japan is an adventure of its own. In Tokyo, the bustling streets of Shibuya and Harajuku were haven for trendy fashion and quirky souvenirs. For traditional crafts, Nishiki Market in Kyoto and the pottery shops of Arita provided a glimpse into Japan's artistic heritage. Technology enthusiasts will love Akihabara, Japan's electronic hub, while anime and manga fans can dive into Nakano Broadway for exclusive collectibles. No trip is complete without visiting a 100-yen shop, where you'll find an amazing variety of items at unbeatable prices. Day trips from major cities, exploring Japan's surroundings. Japan's excellent transportation system makes it easy to explore beyond the major cities. From Tokyo, I took a quick trip to Hakone, where the hot springs and breathtaking views of Mount Fuji were unforgettable. From Kyoto, a short train ride brought me to Nara, home to the friendly deer of Nara Park and the iconic Toraiji Temple. And from Osaka, I explored Himeji, famous for its pristine white castle. These day trips added depth and diversity to my Japan adventure. Interactive experiences, becoming part of the culture. Japan is not just about sightseeing, it's about immersing yourself in its culture. I tried my hand at making my own wagashi, traditional Japanese sweets, during a workshop in Tokyo. In Okinawa, I learned the basics of playing the sansein, a traditional instrument, from a local. For anime fans, dressing up as a character and strolling through Akihabara is a fun way to experience Japan's pop culture. And let's not forget the unique experience of singing my heart out at a Japanese karaoke box. Transportation in Japan, an adventure on its own. Traveling in Japan is as exciting as the destinations themselves. Riding the Shinkansen, or bullet train, was a thrilling experience. Imagine speeding through the countryside at over 300 kilometers per hour. The public transport system is incredibly efficient and clean, with local trains, buses, and even cable cars connecting you to remote areas. And for those looking for something different, a ride on a traditional rickshaw in Asakusa or a leisurely cruise along the Sumida River offered a unique perspective of Japan's charm. One of the most fascinating aspects of my journey to Japan was experiencing its vibrant festivals. I was lucky enough to witness the Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, a month-long celebration with grand floats, traditional music, and colorful parades. In Aomori, the Nebuta Matsuri amazed me with its illuminated floats and energetic taiko drumming. Another highlight was the Winter Sapporo Snow Festival, where intricate ice and snow sculptures turned the city into a magical wonderland. Festivals in Japan are a perfect blend of tradition, community, and sheer joy, offering a unique perspective on Japanese culture. The food journey, hidden gems and street food delights. No trip to Japan is complete without diving into its diverse culinary scene. Beyond sushi and ramen, I discovered hidden gems that left my taste buds delighted. In Osaka, I indulged in takoyaki, crispy octopus-filled balls, and savory okonomiyaki, a Japanese-style pancake loaded with toppings. Strolling through Tokyo's Ame Yokocho market, I sampled freshly grilled seafood and sweet melon bread. For something truly unique, I ventured to a Keisenden restaurant in Hokkaido, where a bowl of rice topped with fresh seafood was a taste of pure bliss. Traditional crafts, bringing a piece of Japan home. Japan's craftsmanship is world-renowned, and exploring it was a highlight of my trip. In Kanazawa, I watched artisans create gold leaf art, a delicate and intricate process that left me in awe. In Kyoto, I visited a workshop where I learned how to dye fabric using the traditional shibori technique, creating my own beautiful keepsake. In the town of Bizen, I met potters crafting Bizen yaki, a form of pottery that dates back over 1000 years. These crafts are not just souvenirs, they're a connection to Japan's rich heritage. Nature's wonders, off the beaten path, while the iconic Mount Fuji is a must-see, Japan's natural beauty extends far beyond. In the northern region of Tohoku, I hiked through the Oise Gorge, where moss-covered rocks and cascading waterfalls created a serene escape. The Asokuju National Park in Kyushu offered breathtaking volcanic landscapes, and the sulfuric hot springs at Jagokudani, or Hell Valley, were both eerie and fascinating. For a completely different vibe, I explored the subtropical forests of Yakushima, an island that inspired Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke. These untouched landscapes showed me the raw, untamed side of Japan. Anime and gaming paradise, living the pop culture dream. For anime and gaming enthusiasts, Japan is nothing short of paradise. In Akihabara, I stepped into sprawling gaming arcades and themed cafes dedicated to popular anime series. I visited the Ghibli Museum in Midka, which felt like stepping into Hayao Miyazaki's magical world. In Osaka's Den town, I found rare manga collectibles and vintage gaming consoles. And if you are a Pokemon fan like me, don't miss the Pokemon Center stores, where exclusive merchandise and interactive displays await. The samurai and ninja experience, diving into Japan's feudal history, was an unforgettable experience. At the Samurai Museum in Shinjuku, I tried on authentic samurai armor and learned about the Bushido Code of Honor. In Iga and Koka, I visited ninja villages, where I got a hands-on experience of ninja training, from climbing walls to throwing shuriken, ninja stars. These experiences brought Japan's legendary warriors to life and added a touch of adventure to my trip. Seasonal specialties, a feast for the senses. Each season in Japan has its own culinary treasures. During spring, I enjoyed sakura mochi, a pink rice cake wrapped in a cherry blossom leaf. Summer brought refreshing treats like kakigori, shaved ice flavored with fruit syrups. In autumn, I couldn't get enough of kurikintan, sweet chestnut confections, and in winter, the comforting warmth of nabe, hot pot, dishes was perfect for the cold weather. The seasonality of Japanese cuisine made every meal feel like a celebration of nature. Unexpected surprises, moments of magic. Japan is full of surprises that leave lasting memories. Wandering through the Arashiyama bamboo grove at sunrise, I felt like I was in another world. While in Nara, a deer gently nudged me, asking for a rice cracker, a moment both charming and serene. On a quiet evening in Hiroshima, I stumbled upon a street performer playing a haunting melody on a shamisen, with the illuminated Hiroshima castle as the backdrop. No visit to Japan is complete without experiencing its serene gardens, each meticulously designed to evoke harmony and balance. In Kanazawa, the Kenrokuan Garden, one of Japan's 3 most famous gardens, left me awestruck with its seasonal charm. I visited in spring when cherry blossoms were in full bloom, and the pink petals floating on the pond created a dreamy atmosphere. In Kyoto, the Ryoanji Temple Garden offered a stark contrast with its minimalist Zen rock layout, designed to inspire meditation. Strolling through the Adachi Museum of Art Garden, I realized why it has been voted Japan's best garden multiple times. It's a living painting, changing with each season. These gardens aren't just about nature, they're about finding peace in a busy world. Exploring Japan's castles, a walk through time. Japan's castles are a window into its feudal history, each with its unique story. Himeji Castle, also known as the White Heron Castle, was a masterpiece of architecture and ingenuity. Climbing to the top of the main keep, I imagined the samurai who once defended these walls. In Matsumoto, I visited the Crow Castle, its black facade standing proudly against the Alps backdrop. For a coastal view, I headed to Matsu Castle, where the wooden interiors and panoramic views from the top were unforgettable. These castles aren't just historical landmarks, they're enduring symbols of Japan's cultural heritage. Quirky experiences. Only in Japan, Japan is home to some of the most unique and delightful experiences you won't find anywhere else. In Tokyo, I spent an afternoon at an owl cafe, where I enjoyed my coffee while adorable owls perched on my arm. In Nagano, I bathed alongside snow monkeys in the heat springs at Jebel Park, a surreal and heartwarming experience. Another unforgettable moment was visiting a capsule hotel, where my futuristic pod-like room felt straight out of a sci-fi movie. These quirky adventures added a layer of fun and wonder to my journey. Island hopping, discovering hidden gems. Japan's islands are as diverse as its mainland, each offering something special. I started with Naoshima, famous for the floating torii gate and its friendly bear. On Naoshima, the art island, I explored contemporary art installations, including the iconic Yayoi Kusama pumpkin sculptures. Okinawa, with its turquoise waters and coral reefs, felt like a tropical paradise far removed from Japan's urban hubs. And let's not forget Sado Island, known for its gold mines and traditional taiko drumming performances. Island hopping showed me the breadth of Japan's natural and cultural beauty. Transportation adventures, the joy of getting around. Japan's transportation system isn't just efficient, it's an adventure in itself. Riding the Shinkansen bullet train was a thrill as I zoomed past Mount Fuji at lightning speed. The quirky Yamanote line in Tokyo looped me around the city's iconic neighborhoods, each with its unique vibe. On Hokkaido's countryside trains, I admired snow-covered landscapes that felt straight out of a postcard. For a nostalgic touch, I hopped on the Sagano Romantic Train in Kyoto, which winds through a lush village, especially stunning in autumn. Even the process of getting from one place to another felt like a journey worth cherishing. Cultural classes, learning from the masters. One of the most enriching parts of my trip was participating in cultural workshops. In Kyoto, I joined the tea ceremony, where the delicate art of making matcha tea was both calming and educational. At a cooking class in Osaka, I learned to make sushi and tempura, which tasted even better when made by my own hands. I also tried my hand at ikebana, the Japanese art of flower arrangement, where every placement of a stem and petal told a story. These classes allowed me to not just see Japan's culture but to live it, even for a brief moment. Seasonal festivals, more than just celebrations. Each season in Japan comes alive with unique festivals that celebrate its culture and nature. In spring, the Hanami, cherry blossom viewing, parties under the sakura trees brought people together in parks across the country. Summer meant vibrant fireworks displays during the Sumida River Fireworks Festival in Tokyo. Autumn was marked by the Takayama Autumn Festival, where I marveled at ornate floats illuminated at night. And winter offered the magical Otaru Snow Light Path Festival, where the soft glow of lanterns lit up the snow-covered town. Each festival was a chance to connect with Japan's people and traditions. Japan's temples and shrines are not just religious landmarks but windows into its soul. In Nara, I marveled at the grandeur of Todaiji Temple, home to the world's largest bronze Buddha statue. The sheer scale of this structure, coupled with the peaceful deer wandering outside, was unforgettable. In Kyoto, I walked through the iconic Fushimi Inari Taisha, where thousands of vermilion torii gates created a mesmerizing pathway through the forested hills. At Itsukashima Shrine on Miyajima Island, I watched the famous floating torii gate during high tide, a sight so surreal it felt like stepping into another realm. Visiting these sacred places offered a deeper understanding of Japan's spiritual essence. Nightlife in Japan, a blend of tradition and modernity. I ventured into the bustling streets of Kabukicho, where neon signs lit up the skyline and karaoke bars buzzed with energy. In Sumago, I walked the Nakazendo Trail, an ancient route used by samurai and merchants, surrounded by untouched nature. I spent a day in the Venice of Japan, where wooden boathouses lined the bay. These hidden gems provided a refreshing contrast to Japan's bustling urban life and showcased its timeless charm. Exploring Japan's volcanoes and hot springs, Japan is a volcanic wonderland, offering unique experiences around its geothermal activity. I visited Mount Aso, one of the world's largest active volcanoes, and gazed into its steaming crater. In Hakone, I soaked in an onsen, hot spring, with Mount Fuji in the background, a moment of pure bliss. I also explored the surreal Beppu hot springs, where bubbling mud pools and hot water geysers showcased nature's power. These volcanic landscapes and hot springs were a reminder of Japan's dynamic natural beauty. Traditional arts and performances, a journey into Japan's heritage. Immersing myself in Japan's traditional arts was a highlight of my trip. In Tokyo, I attended a kabuki play, where dramatic storytelling and vibrant costumes brought ancient tales to life. In Kyoto, I experienced a no-theater performance, a slower-paced yet mesmerizing art form with deep spiritual significance. I also tried calligraphy, learning to write kanji with a brush and ink. Watching a taiko drum performance in Sado Island left me in awe of the power and rhythm of Japanese music. These encounters made me appreciate the depth of Japan's cultural legacy. Day trips to unforgettable locations. Japan is a treasure trove of incredible day trip destinations. From Tokyo, I visited Kamakura, where the great Buddha and peaceful temples provided a serene escape. A short train ride from Osaka took me to Nara, where the friendly deer in Nara Park felt like old friends. From Hiroshima, I took a ferry to Okunoshima, the rabbit island, where dozens of adorable rabbits greeted me. Each day trip felt like a mini adventure, adding more depth and variety to my journey. Traveling through Japan wouldn't be complete without experiencing its world-renowned railway system. I took the Shinkansen bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka, an exhilarating ride that made me appreciate Japan's technological advancements. The train glided at incredible speeds, yet it felt as smooth as floating on air. For a more nostalgic vibe, I boarded the Sagano Romantic train in Kyoto, which winds through scenic valleys and rivers. The Yamanote line in Tokyo, Japan's busiest train loop, gave me a glimpse into the fast-paced urban life, while the Hokkaido railways presented stunning views of snow-covered landscapes. Japan's trains aren't just transportation, they're an integral part of the journey itself. Vibrant festivals, celebrating Japan's culture. Japan's festivals are colorful celebrations of its rich traditions. In the spring, I joined the Hanami Festival in Ueno Park, Tokyo, where locals picnicked under blooming cherry blossoms, sharing laughter and sake. Summer brought the Grand Gion Matsuri in Kyoto, with its elaborately decorated floats and lively street parades. I also witnessed the magical Awa Odri Dance Festival in Tokushima, where dancers in traditional attire lit up the streets with their vibrant movements. Winter had its charm too, with the Sapporo Snow Festival, where gigantic ice sculptures dazzled against the snowy backdrop. Each festival offered a unique way to connect with the heart of Japan. Adventure activities, thrills in Japan's wilderness. For adventure lovers, Japan is a haven. I hiked up Mount Takao, a popular yet serene trail just an hour from Tokyo, and was rewarded with stunning city views. In Nagano, I tried snowboarding for the first time in the Hakuba Valley, where powdery slopes stretched endlessly. On Yakushima Island, I trekked through ancient cedar forests, encountering trees over 1,000 years old. I also went scuba diving in Okinawa, exploring vibrant coral reefs and spotting sea turtles in crystal clear waters. Whether on land, snow, or sea, Japan's natural landscapes offer adventures for every thrill seeker. Shopping in Japan, from traditional to trendy, shopping in Japan is an adventure of its own. I explored Tokyo's Harajuku district, where quirky fashion and cutting-edge trends define the streets. For high-end brands, I visited Ginza, a shopper's paradise filled with luxury boutiques and flagship stores. In Kyoto, I discovered handcrafted souvenirs at Nishiki Market, from wooden chopsticks to silk kimonos. The underground shopping streets of Osaka, known as Shotengai, offered a mix of traditional goods and modern finds. And for tech enthusiasts, Akihabara was a dream come true, with its gadgets and anime collectibles. Shopping in Japan isn't just retail therapy, it's a cultural experience. Seasonal foods, a taste of Japan's calendar. Japan's cuisine evolves with the seasons, offering a fresh culinary experience every time you visit. In spring, I savored Sakura Mochi, a sweet rice cake wrapped in a cherry blossom leaf. Summer introduced me to unagi, grilled eel, a delicacy said to boost energy during hot days. Autumn star was curry, chestnuts, roasted to perfection and sold in street stalls across the country. Winter warmed me with nabe, hot pot, a communal dish that brought people together around a steaming pot of broth, meat, and vegetables. Each bite was a reminder of how deeply Japan's culture is connected to its natural rhythms. Day in a ryokan, embracing Japanese hospitality. One of the highlights of my trip was staying in a ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn. Nestled in the countryside near Hakone, my ryokan experience began with a warm welcome and a cup of matcha tea. The minimalist tatami mat room exuded serenity, and the futon bedding ensured a restful sleep. I indulged in a kaseki dinner, a beautifully curated multi-course meal featuring seasonal delicacies. The onsen bath was the perfect way to unwind, with hot mineral-rich water soothing every muscle. Staying in a ryokan wasn't just accommodation, it was an immersion into Japanese hospitality and tranquility. Japan's iconic cities, each with its own charm, while Tokyo dazzles with its skyscrapers and innovation, cities like Osaka and Hiroshima have their own unique allure. In Osaka, the vibrant Namba district became my favorite spot for street food, and I loved the locals' friendly and humorous vibe. Hiroshima, with its solemn Peace Memorial Park, left a profound impact, reminding me of the resilience of its people. Meanwhile, the island city of Nagasaki fascinated me with its mix of Japanese and European influences, seen in sites like Glover Garden. Every city in Japan tells its own story, offering something special for travelers. Engaging with local culture, beyond the tourist lens, my most cherished moments in Japan were the simple interactions with locals. I joined a tea ceremony in Uji, where a kind tea master shared the art of matcha preparation. In the countryside, I met a farmer who explained the painstaking process of cultivating rice. While strolling in Tokyo, I was invited to a small izakaya, where the patrons welcomed me like an old friend, sharing drinks and stories. These encounters reminded me that Japan's greatest treasure isn't its landmarks or food, it's the warmth of its people. Modern marvels, Japan's innovative side. Japan's modern innovations are just as captivating as its traditions. I explored the futuristic Odaiba district in Tokyo, where robots greeted me at cafes, and I even tried VR experiences that felt like stepping into another dimension. The country's vending machines amazed me with their variety, from hot soups to fresh flowers. At Team Lab Borderless, an interactive art museum, I became part of a dazzling digital world that constantly changed with each step. Japan's embrace of technology, combined with its respect for heritage, makes it one of the most dynamic places in the world. While Japan's popular attractions are well known, the hidden gems truly added magic to my journey. In Shirakawa-go, a UNESCO World Heritage Village, I marveled at the traditional gasozukuri farmhouses, especially enchanting during winter when snow blanketed the rooftops. The remote Iya Valley in Shikoku offered breathtaking views of vine bridges suspended over deep gorges, a reminder of ancient ingenuity. I ventured to Totori sand dunes, Japan's desert-like landscape, and even tried sandboarding there. In Kamikochi, nestled in the Japanese Alps, crystal clear rivers and towering peaks made it a hiker's paradise. These offbeat locations revealed a quieter, untouched side of Japan that felt like stepping back in time. Cultural etiquette, embracing Japan's traditions. One of the most fascinating aspects of traveling in Japan is the cultural etiquette. I quickly learned the importance of bowing, a gesture of respect used in greetings, farewells, and gratitude. Removing shoes before entering homes, temples, and certain restaurants was another custom I embraced. In public spaces, the emphasis on quietness, especially in trains, was refreshing. I also discovered the joy of omotenashi, Japan's deep-rooted hospitality, in every interaction, whether it was receiving a perfectly wrapped gift or the extra effort made by locals to help me despite language barriers. These traditions enriched my travel experience, making it not just a vacation but a cultural immersion. A night out in Japan, from neon streets to cozy izakayas, Japan's nightlife is as diverse as its landscape. I began one evening in Shinjuku's Kabukicho, Tokyo's bustling entertainment district, where neon lights lit up the night sky. Vibrant karaoke bars, themed cafes, and bustling clubs lined the streets. For a quieter experience, I visited a small izakaya tucked away in a Kyoto alley, where I enjoyed sake paired with freshly grilled yakitori. In Osaka's Dotonbori, the lively crowd and illuminated billboards created a festive vibe, and I couldn't resist trying the iconic takoyaki and okonomiyaki. Whether vibrant or intimate, Japan's nightlife caters to every mood. Seasonal train journeys, a scenic window to Japan. Each season in Japan transforms the landscape, and train journeys are the perfect way to experience it. During spring, the Fujiqua Express route was adorned with cherry blossoms, offering glimpses of Mount Fuji through petals. Autumn's fiery colors illuminated the journey on the Kinugawa Onsen line, leading to a serene hot spring village. In winter, the Oigo Railway in Shizuoka was a nostalgic ride, with steam billowing from the locomotive as it cut through snow-covered fields. These trains weren't just transportation, they were moving theaters showcasing Japan's natural beauty. Island hopping adventures, discovering Japan's archipelago. Japan is home to thousands of islands, each with its own story to tell. I started with Miyajima Island, famous for its floating torii gate and tame deer roaming freely. In Okinawa, the tropical beaches and clear waters were perfect for snorkeling and relaxation. On Naoshima Island, art installations turned every corner into a masterpiece, blending creativity with the serene environment. I ventured to the Oki Islands, where dramatic cliffs and unique wildlife felt like a world apart. Island hopping in Japan revealed the incredible diversity within this island nation. Tech meets tradition, Japan's unique blend. Japan's ability to seamlessly blend modernity with tradition was awe-inspiring. In Kyoto, ancient temples stood beside cutting-edge architecture. At the same time, robots greeted visitors in futuristic museums, yet traditions like tea ceremonies and calligraphy thrived. In Tokyo, vending machines offering everything from ramen to umbrellas coexisted with tranquil gardens like the Hamarikyu Gardens, where I enjoyed a cup of matcha tea overlooking a koi pond. This juxtaposition made every day an adventure, as I never knew whether I'd stumble upon a slice of history or a glimpse of the future. Unforgettable sunrises and sunsets, nature's masterpieces. Some of my most peaceful moments in Japan were watching the sunrise and sunset. One morning, I climbed Mount Fuji to witness the sunrise from the summit, an awe-inspiring moment of golden light painting the clouds. In the evening, I strolled along the beaches of Kamakura, where the sunset bathed the waves in hues of orange and pink. On the Seto Inland Sea, I took a ferry ride during sunset, watching the golden hour cast its glow over the scattered islands. These moments reminded me of Japan's serene connection to nature. The spirit of homage, bringing back memories. No trip to Japan is complete without indulging in the tradition of homage, buying souvenirs and gifts for loved ones. From beautifully packaged snacks like Tokyo banana and Hokkaido's Shiroi Koibito biscuits to handcrafted pottery in Mashiko, homage embodies thoughtfulness. I explored bustling markets like Asakusa's Nakamai Street and found unique treasures, including intricately designed fans and locally brewed sake. It's more than just shopping, it's about carrying a piece of Japan's culture back home. Final reflections, the journey that keeps giving. My Japan travel adventure in 2025 wasn't just a vacation. It was a journey of discovery, connection, and awe. Each city, meal, and interaction taught me something new, leaving me inspired and grateful. As I reflect on my experiences, I am reminded of Japan's balance, where ancient traditions coexist harmoniously with futuristic advancements. It's a land that continually surprises and welcomes you with open arms. Though I've left Japan, the memories I've made here will stay with me forever. Until next time, Japan, you'll always have a special place in my heart.